Hello everybody, how you all doing? This is FG here, and I'm here with the season recap and off-season preview of our Villanova Wildcats Dynasty season number 1. We're going to start with our schedule. So let's go in here, start with our schedule. Here we are, Villanova. Our combined opponent's record was 88-65, which means we played some competition this season. Alright, we came into this game against Penn State, and, we had some chances. Too many turnovers in this game, for sure. They were a power school, and they overpowered us, 49-20. Then we played Tulane. We had our chances in this game, but they ended up being a very good team this year at 8-5, getting into a bowl game. And they just shellacked us at the end of the game, 52-35. Our defense was not up for the task. Then we played Notre Dame, and we just did not belong in the same stadium as this team. 41-17 loss. Then against SMU, we pulled one out in overtime against a team who actually made a bowl game, so we actually did very well to get that done. Then we played Minnesota, and they actually ended the season as a ranked team, so no doubt why they would pummel us 45-17. Then we went to Navy and beat them in a thriller, which was a fantastic game. They finished 9-5, so they were another fantastic team. Then we take on number 5 LSU. They ended the season number 5, 11-2. They murdered us. Leonard Fournette just destroyed us in that game. Then we played UCF, which we pretty much had the control most of the time. We got that one done. They were 2-9. They were worse than us, and we treated them as such. Then we played USF, which is a game we figured to maybe win, but they ended the season with the same record as us, and it's because they beat us that they did it. And too many turnovers in that game just killed us, especially late. Then we took on Cincinnati, who ended the season ranked at number 17. Another game that we got shellacked in. We were just not ready for any of these ranked teams this season. Then we beat Tulsa, a team who actually ended the season bowl eligible. And I don't know if they made a bowl game. We're going to find that out in a second. But I would bet that since they lost to us, that they probably did not make a bowl game. Alright, then we had a chance against ECU, a bad coaching decision by our coach leaves us a point shy of not needing overtime to win that game. And then when we get into overtime, we just get overpowered, and Zay Jones with an amazing catch in the back of the end zone. And obviously we didn't have a championship game or a bowl game to play. Alright, going over some of the stats here for the season, we're looking at Zach Bednarczyk. And Zach, let's see, he had 2,300 yards, 15 touchdowns, but 24 interceptions, so not very good. 55% completion. Jackson Bradley came in for a little bit, 9 of 16, 96 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. His quarterback rating was worse than Bednarczyk, though, so Bednarczyk clearly the starter for next season unless one of the incoming recruits do better than him. Let's see, here we go. Matt Goodzik, we're going to miss him dearly. 1,250 yards, a 5.5 average, and 12 touchdowns, including a 66-yard. He averaged 104 yards a game, a lot of yards after contact, and he never fumbled the football. Bednarczyk added 273 with 3 touchdowns. Of course, the average and the total yards are going to be a little off just because of the way the video game counts sacks as negative rushing yards, which isn't good for quarterbacks here, but he did have 6 fumbles, which isn't great. Aaron Forbes, in the time that he came in, he also averaged 5.5 yards a carry. He's going to get a much better role next season, you would have to figure. 3 touchdowns for him. He did fumble the ball 1 time. I remember that game. We didn't give him any carries after that. The fullback had 2 carries for negative a yard on the season, and Bradley 2 carries for -7. Receiving, Goodzik was our leading receiver in both receptions and yardage. A lot of short screen passes. He had 3 touchdowns on 547 yards and 1 drop. Taurus Phillips, the senior, we will miss him. 457 yards, 3 touchdowns. However, he did have 6 drops, which is up there with Sam Shaw, who we are going to miss. Sam Shaw played pretty well in some of the games. A little inconsistent at times, but he definitely helped us out for sure. Changa Hodge, who was supposed to be one of the best receivers on the team, he'll get a much better role next season, you would figure. But he did have the best yardage. He was our best home run hitter. A 75-yard reception for him. 5 drops also on the season for him, so could have been much better. Ryan Bell, the tight end, we will miss him. He was great for the time that he was in. Unfortunately, an injury took him out for quite a while, and he wasn't able to come back. He had 2 drops on the season. His replacement, Simon Bingelis here, the sophomore, we are looking forward to seeing more of him. However, we do have redshirt freshman coming in next year, J.D. Hernandez, which is a person you guys all wanted in this series, and he will be here. Bingelis had 2 touchdowns, including the game winner against Tulsa. 3 drops, though. Aaron Forbes, 9 catches for 54. Harris, 6 catches for 68. And McClinton, 5 catches for 88 yards. The blocking, some pancakes. Changa Hodge pancaking at receiver. Okay, right guard Luis Cesar was terrible. 8 sacks he had given up on the season. Will Harris had 2 pancakes. Good job from the receiver. We're going to miss him as a senior doing those pancakes. And then we have Matt Donahue, the senior center, 2 pancakes and didn't give up a sack. Alex Corrin, another senior, a pancake and a sack given up. Jarrell McLeod, the senior fullback, we're going to miss him. He had a pancake, no sacks given up. Right tackle junior Ethan Greenidge, we hope gets a lot better. He had no pancakes and gave up 5 sacks. And junior left tackle Brandon Hittner is going to have to get better, as he had no pancakes and gave up 3 sacks. The tackle play was horrible this season. Alright, now looking at some of the defensive stats, Rasan Stewart leads us in tackles. Rob Roll is up there. That's part of the reason these guys earned some All-American honors within the conference. Rasan Stewart earned it within the nation. So there you go. Our first linebacker coming up is Jeff Ste D. That just shows you that most of the guys got to the second level against us. So we need to stop more at the point of attack next season. Let's see here. We're going to look at our sack leaders. Ben Evans had 6 on the season. Jafonta Johnson had 4. Jafonta Johnson figures to be following in the footsteps of Tano Pasagnan, and we're hoping that we can get big things from him in the future. Chucky Smith, 4 sacks from the corner position. Trey Johnson, 4 sacks from the safety position. There's the D-tackle, Brian White. Jeff Ste D, the middle linebacker, coming in with 2 sacks, and 1 sack each for Rasan Stewart, Hunter Keeling, and Ed Shockley. Looking at the interceptions, 3 for Rasan Stewart. He had a couple big ones. Ed Shockley with the big interception, the ECU game. Malik Reeves interception. Chucky Smith, Trey Johnson, and Jeff Ste D with the pick 6 in that ECU game. Unfortunately, we couldn't pull that one out, but it was a fun game nonetheless. Let's see, any forced fumbles? We only had 2 all season. Ed Shockley and Malik Reeves, unfortunately. Oh, and Cohen was able to recover 1 of them. So out of the 2 fumbles that we got, 1 was recovered. We had no blocks, no safeties, and that 1 pick 6 from Jeff Ste D defensively. Looking at our kicking game, Steve Weiler, our senior, we're going to miss him big time. He was 10 of 12. He did miss a couple kicks. I remember a couple of them. I remember one of them for sure. It is the kick that, caused a very close game. But he was perfect on extra points, so we're happy about that. He missed from 49 yards out, and he missed from inside from 30 to 39 yards out. He had 52 kickoffs, and 48 of them were touchbacks, so that is pretty good stuff. I will accept that from Weiler. Punting, there's Hinchin. He had a 39.4 average and a 33 net. Not too great. We'll still miss him because we're going to get somebody clearly worse than him. Aaron Forbes on kick returning, 28.5 average. And on punt returning, a 14.5 average. So, pretty good. Decent season all around. What do you guys think of the stats? You can let me know if you have some opinion in the comments below, and we'll just move on here. We take a look at the top 25 here, and Ole Miss, the #1 team in the nation, so obviously they're your national champion. They beat UCLA in overtime in the national championship game. Unbelievable game that must have been. There's Tennessee, Ohio State, UCLA, LSU, Oklahoma. A lot of big power schools here. Bama. Arkansas State's nice. That's nice to see them way up there. Let's see if there's any other big surprises. Rutgers. That's a pretty good surprise to get in there. Boise State, which is the team I would root for other than Rutgers. And there's Washington. Here we are in our conference. Obviously, Cincinnati was very, very good. Undefeated in conference. The only ranked team in our conference here that I know of. Temple was decent. We didn't have to play Temple. We were 4-4 in the conference, which is not terrible. We did not have a lot of points for, and we had a lot of points against. We had the worst defense in the conference, but we had a decent offense. We scored some points. ECU would have been next. USF, UConn, we didn't have to play either, and UCF. Let's see the other half of our division here, of our conference. The other division, Tulane finished on top of it. Navy, Houston, SMU, then Tulsa, and Memphis were the bottom feeders. We didn't get to play them. Heisman winner, we look at J.T. Barrett winning that one. Tommy Armstrong Jr. almost had it, but he lost that traction at the end of the season. Luke Falk, Deshaun Watson, and Soso Jamabo round out the contenders. All right, jumping in to look at the All-Americans, we have Luke Falk in there. Just trying to see. Sherman Beatty of Tulane. He killed us in the Tulane game, and there he is. Obviously, you're going to recognize some of these names. I'm just going to roll down here. I don't think we're going to have anybody in there, and we don't. So, second team All-American. Just going to check out these. Obviously, you guys are going to recognize some of the names. Kendall Beckwith in there. Hey, we had Rasan Stewart as a second team All-American. I'll take it. We had a guy. Freshman All-Americans. This is something we want to pay sort of close attention to. Maybe we would have had somebody. No, nobody. Okay. And see. Obviously, you're going to see a lot of Cincinnati in there. Taneo Goli was big in our Navy game. Obviously, Sherman Beatty. Cincinnati, we just got destroyed by Cincinnati, so you can pretty much take anybody off of Cincinnati. There we go. Aaron Forbes for returner. Nice to see Aaron get recognized. Matt Goodzik gets second team in the All-American American Conference. Just trying to see if there's anyone else that we may have. We got Rasan Stewart in the second team of our conference, which is weird because he's in second team All-American Conference. So, weird. And then we get Rob Roll. So, both of our safeties doing the job this season. All right, going right down the list, we're going to take a quick look at our 4-year outlook of championship contenders. This season, we finished pretty much as the 101st team in the nation. They project us 125 next year, 123 in 2015, and 103 in the 4th season. Hopefully our recruiting class will prove them wrong. Let's take a look at some of the award winners. Luke Falk wins the Maxwell. The Walter Camp is J.T. Barrett. The Bednarik goes to Sky Moore. The Nagurski goes to Sky Moore. The O'Brien goes to Luke Falk. The Walker goes to Sherman Beatty. The Bletnikoff goes to Gabe Marks. The Mackey goes to Daryl Daniels. The Outland goes to Cameron Robinson. The Remington goes to Pat Elfline. The Lombardi goes to Matt Dickerson. The best linebacker goes to Sky Moore. The Thorpe goes to Shawan Lurie. The Groza goes to Griffin Britt. The Guy goes to Andy Teasdall. And the returner goes to Keith Harrington. And now finally we are going to take a look at some of the bowl results. This will end our season recap. I'm not going to go through everything, but we'll just take a look at some of the interesting things. Maybe take a look at some of our conference. Cincinnati wins their bowl game. They're in our conference. Navy wins theirs as well. Tulane loses their bowl game to Georgia Tech. Okay. What else do we got there? Ooh, Rutgers won a bowl game. Interesting stuff. Yep, I don't think Tulsa made it, and I think it's because we beat them. There's the Orange Bowl, Tennessee over Oklahoma. Go Daddy. All right, Ole Miss, there they are with the 30-27 victory over UCLA. This is now going to start our off-season preview. All right, so let's take a look at all of the guys that we have brought in so far. We have Jamal McCoy. Jamal McCoy is a very speedy cornerback with 94 speed, very nice zone coverage, and some decent man coverage as well. We're excited to bring in this 4-star, number 9 corner in the country from Norfolk, Virginia. Very interested in seeing what he can do. Then we brought in a JUCO from Indiana, Pennsylvania. Wanted to stay in state. He is a hard-hitting, strong safety. Only the number 79 safety, and only a 2-star recruit. However, he has good size with 6 foot, 190, and he is going to be a 78 overall. Not the fastest guy, but he does have some hops. He does have great pursuit, hip power, and he tackles like a beast. And his zone coverage is very, very good. And he does have 80 block shedding. So definitely going to be a great run stopper for us, and we kind of need that. Then we bring in one of you guys. Vasu Sharma is coming to the squad. We are very happy to bring him in from Braintree, Massachusetts, the number 6 quarterback ranked in the nation. A 4-star. We did not scout him out, but he's going to be good because he's one of your recruits, right? He's got to be decent. So we brought him in. I would think he's like a 74 or 75 or maybe a 78 overall. I don't know. But we brought him in. Then we bring in a kicker, Shane Coker. Okay, Shane is a 2-star kicker. He is a -1 prospect at a 73 overall, 73 power, 74 accuracy. We need him to develop, but we're going to need a kicker on this squad as ours is a senior, and he really wanted to come here, academic prestige, program tradition, and playing time, so he was very happy to join this team. Then we get Trey Alford from Lancaster, PA. He is a 6'2", 276-pound tackle, 72 overall. Not an up or a down kind of guy, but more of a pass blocker, and we kind of need that as we were taking a lot of sacks this season. Then we get Lorenzo Atkinson, who really wanted to come here. You can see from his 3 most wanted pitches there. He is also a flatliner, not an up or a down. But he's a pretty even-keeled outside linebacker. Not the speediest. That could hurt a little bit. But he's got good tackling, good hip power, good pursuit, good moves, especially finesse, good block shedding, and decent coverage. Alright, then we also brought in a punter because, of course, ours will be leaving us. We were saddled with a very good kicker and a very good punter, but both of those guys will be graduating. So we bring in Ryan Bryan. What a name. We bring in Ryan Bryan, and he has a 79 power, only 63 accuracy, but he's a +2 guy, and he really wanted to join the squad from Sayville, New York, out from Long Island. Then we bring in Josh Wayne, the number 75 D-tackle, only a 3-star DT. Really wanted to come here with the playing time. He wanted to be a championship contender, but he didn't take too much away from us. He is a +5 gem, getting to a 71 overall. And we're very happy to bring in this very big, strong guy at 6'4", 307, and his strength being 83. Hoping he can develop into a starter for the next 4 years. Rob Smith, we bring in a tackle just because any tackles you can bring in, you want to bring in. 67 overall, +2 from Adrian, Michigan. 6'6", 290, so great size. 82 strength, we will take it. More of a pass blocker than run blocker, which is a plus. Then we bring in DeMarcus Bates. He is 6 foot, 304. Definitely wanted to come here. He isn't a flatliner as well. More of a run block than pass block, and not a great blocker. Very good impact blocker, but he needs to develop his overall blocking skills. Alright, so there we go. We have those prospects already joining us. Now we take a look at some of the races going on. We are trying to get Craig Carter. He is an 81 overall JUCO. As you can see, he is a +8 gem. This is definitely a guy I can use all over the field. Figures to be more of a receiver on the team. Looks like he wants to be a quarterback as well with the throw power and accuracy that he has. Maybe we use him for that. Maybe we don't. Could definitely play receiver right away as well, though. Then we have Brandon Henderson, who is another JUCO athlete, a +378. He is a 94 speeder. He is definitely not a quarterback. Figures to be more of a DB with that 88 man coverage and 84 zone. That is just beastly, and that is exactly where I'd want to put him. Then we have tackle Javon Causey. And as you can see, we're close in this race. We really want to bring him in. He is a +12 gem at tackle with some very good blocking skills and huge at 6'7", 311. I would love to bring this guy in. We're going to be spending big on him in the offseason. Then we have Curtis Jackson, who we are up by 27.45 on. Don't want to spend a ton of points in the offseason, but he's a +12 athlete. And he could be a DB, he could be a quarterback, he could be a receiver, he could be a running back. This guy could do it all. Then we have Malik Dupree, who is another one of your recruits that you guys had put in. Malik Dupree, we did not scout him out, but we are right there. A 5-star halfback would go a long way in helping Aaron Forbes. Then we have Travis George, another athlete. This guy from Pensacola, New Jersey. Rutgers trying to fight us there. But we have a nice lead. He is a +8 gem of an athlete. And he figures to be probably more of a receiver than anything else. But I would take him for sure. Then we have Ryan Jones, another one of your recruits from Uniondale, New York. We are up by 33.05. I don't really figure to be putting any points into him in the offseason, but we'll see. We didn't scout him out because, of course, he's one of your recruits. I don't think I need to use any points in the offseason, being that we're up 33.05, but we'll see. Then we have Patrick Pennington, who we are up by 10.75 on. He is a +3 athlete, 95 speed. That is the kind of thing that I want to bring in here. He's got 95 route running, 85 catch in traffic, but his catching is only 55. So he does have some developing to do, but if we can develop this guy, wow. Then we have John Fry, who we're in the lead by 855 on. I haven't really scouted him, or I'm not really going for him, but he's there because I don't want to go for too many quarterbacks, and we already have Vasu committed and Ryan Jones in the lead there. But if he wants to jump over to our squad, we can take him. Same thing with Michael Newton. I have not been putting points into this man, but as you can see there, he is a +3 quarterback and a guy we can bring on and see what he can do. We are up 41-80 over Arizona State. Tackle Ryan Moore is a guy I would like to bring in. He is only a +1, but like I said, any tackle you can get, you bring them in, especially with 80 pass block, could definitely help out our blocking woes. Then we have Leon Perkins. We're losing this guy. I'm probably not going to put any points into him in the offseason. He is a +6 player, not a gem though. But, I mean, he could probably help us out, but I don't know that I have the points to be able to put into him with all the other guys we have at the top of the board. Then we have Sheldon Good. He's a +5 tackle. I'd like to get him, but it's not majorly important. Same thing with Craig Carter here. I'm not really, crazy to get him. Greg Suggs, another quarterback. He's a -2 guy. He's not that important either. Duncan is a +2 D tackle. This is another guy that if he comes, he comes. Same thing, Robert O'Neill, an athlete. He is a flatliner. Monroe, looks like he wants to come here. He's a -2 outside linebacker. I'll take him. We're up 4,200 on him. Tyrell Vaughn, we're probably not going to get at all. He's a flatliner, only an 82 speed receiver. It's not something I need to have. Outside linebacker Brent Joseph. We have not scouted him, but he looks like maybe he could be something. We might scout him in the offseason. We might not. Same thing here with Leonard Williams. I don't know if we scout these guys and go after him or not. That might be up to you guys on the stream. Next thing we're going to do here is we're going to take a look at your guys' recruits. There is Kwadwo Ashampong, a defensive tackle from Woodbridge, Virginia. He is going to be playing with the USC Trojans. Congratulations, Kwadwo. Abraham Bam. He is looking to go to USC as well, but Florida in the mix, as well as Georgia Tech and Notre Dame. All right, next is Gabe Capps, and he has committed to Colorado State. They won by a mile, so congratulations to Gabe Capps going to Colorado State. All right, we touched on Malik Dupree a little bit earlier in the episode. Obviously, we are trying to bring this man in. It would be a huge pickup for us. Oregon, really the only other suitor. We'll see if we can get it done. All right, next we have Drew Ekstrom, and it looks like he will either be going to Nebraska or Kansas State. One or the other there. No one else really in that race. Then we have Bob Ekstrom, and Bob Ekstrom has went ahead and committed to Cincinnati, so he will be a Bearcat next season. Congratulations, Bob. All right, next we have William Fitzpatrick. It looks like he wants to go to either South Carolina or Mississippi State, but he still has not made up his mind either. Next, we have Bomber Geppert, and he has long made up his mind that he is going to the University of Wisconsin. Next, we have Darnell Greenwood, and this man is going to be a Navy midshipman next season. He has chosen them over BYU and West Virginia. All right, next we have Victor Hartman, and he has chosen Boston College. We were in that race at some point this season, but we had to pull out because Boston College had a huge lead. We have Jackson Jones here from Uniondale, New York, and Jackson is going to be either going to Boston College or Rutgers. One or the other is going to happen here. Just don't know who it's going to be. Next, we have Charlie Jones, and his decision is going to be down between Syracuse and Army. Nobody else really with a chance there. Next, we have Ryan Jones, which everybody knows we are pursuing, and we are up by a lot over everyone else. I don't really see anyone really getting him. We're the only one offering a scholarship here. And finally, the last Jones that we have here is Campbell Jones, and he is looking like he's going to be committing to Northwestern. Oklahoma State still in the mix there, but Northwestern the only one offering a scholarship. I just don't see him going anywhere else. Right next we have John Copey, and it looks like he has chosen Minnesota Golden Gophers over the Michigan Wolverines. Congratulations, John Copey. Next we have Patrick McCaw, and he has committed to Auburn, far and away ahead of everyone else. All right, the next commit is Freddie Mercury, and it looks like he's going to be going to Army. I mean, I guess everyone else there has a chance, but looks like he really wants to go to Army, and I don't really see anybody offering him a scholarship. Chariot O'Reilly is the next recruit, and he is going to be going to the University of Pittsburgh. Chose him over Alabama. Right next we have Kenneth Papillon from He's going to be going to Michigan. He is from Alvin, Texas, but he will be going to Michigan. We had tried to get him, but man, Michigan just went right for him. Next recruit is Jake Pride, and he is from Detroit, Michigan, except he'll be going to Clemson, so he'll be going to South Carolina for school. West Virginia was the other one in contention there. Alright, the next recruit is Vasu Sharma, and he chose us far and away over everyone else. So we did get Vasu on the squad. Congratulations to Vasu. Alright, next we have Sean Strong, and he is a guard from Concordia, Kansas, and man, he doesn't know where he wants to go. He might go to Washington State, he might go to Oregon State, and Kentucky, trying to get into the race late there, has offered him a scholarship, but they are so far behind, I don't see it happening. Now we have outside linebacker Jackson Wheeler. He has been committed for a very long time to Vanderbilt. Finally, something I'm looking at very strongly here is Quinn Wildfire. Really curious as to where he's going to go. He is from Illinois, and it looks like he wants to go to Northwestern or Notre Dame or Louisville. Alright guys, that is it. That is your recap of the season and your off-season preview. So when we do stream the off-season, which I'm thinking will be Friday, July 7th, everyone who wants a recruit named after them or in some kind of name in their honor or whatever, if you guys want to name a recruit and put a recruit in for next season's recruiting class, you must be at this live stream. So we will go through the off-season recruiting. You guys can help me a little bit with that. You can help me a little bit with position changes. But once we get into the preseason, we will pick the schedule, and it will probably, you guys might not have influence in that. It's going to depend on where recruits go and who is actually watching the stream that has recruits. So we will be scheduling around where recruits have gone. Alright, and then we will get into creating some more recruits for you guys and doing some recruiting. And I'm going to end it in the preseason, and then I will start putting out videos for season number 2. So thank you guys so much for watching this video here. You can go ahead and comment on what you think is going to happen in the off season. Otherwise, I will see you guys on Friday for the stream of the off-season / preseason. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video, please. It really helps a lot. Share it. Comment on it. Subscribe if you're new. This series is going to be huge. I have put a lot of work into this, and I hope you all appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching this video. Take care. Have a great day.